Sandy and Bambi belong at the zoo, but it's first time for another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. I'm Aunt.
And I'm Andrew. Did you like my jingle?
I like it. You know what it sort of reminds me of? Well, first of all, before we get started tonight, I want you to know that tonight's episode is brought to you by
Vanderpump Rules. Oh my
And
goodness.
tomorrow I will be doing a review of it on my website. So tune in for Vanderpump Rules Rose, the Mother's Day special edition.
I love that.
Yes, I had to go all over the place to find it. It was I had to do a wide search to be able to find Vanderpump Rose. And then at the cashier, she was like, oh, we have Vanderpump Rose. Do you watch Pump Rules? And I said, yes, I do. And I said, I even have a podcast on it. So if you're
oh my
out
God, is
there,
she going to subscribe?
I hope so. If you're out there, I forget her name now. I'm sorry, but you work at Total Wines.
Total Wine. Which one? The one in
we won't have
Everett?
to mention it. maybe.
Because you're at the casino.
Maybe.
It's all good. It's all good.
So I just want to say, first of all, that this was definitely supposed to be the season finale last night.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Without a doubt. That was supposed to be the season finale, especially with the cake. And everybody was dressed.
And Lisa talking about each person and trying to make everyone feel good.
Right. And he's part of the equation at the end, etc. But before we say anything, I just want to say that Schwartz and Sandy's couch reminded me of the McDonald's grimace. That's all I got to say.
Oh. I mean,
it was a
scumbag
big
and cheaters.
A big purple couch that they said, now it looked complete. And all I could think about was the grimace at McDonald's, the big purple slob blob.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That was the grimace, that couch.
I will tell you that I don't think it's shade. I think it's just the reality. Like, Bravo is having a field day with this editing room on Sandoval and Rachel.
Yes, but I'm going to say when Schwartz and Sandy were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Which I try to stay out of. When they were in the kitchen.
Yes.
At Schwartz's house, I really didn't think Schwartz knew the extent of the relationship. I didn't. That's all I could think of. He in his talking heads or whatever you call them, he was giving us insight into what was going on in Ariana and Tom's relationship. But at that moment in the kitchen where he was, doing push-ups before he went and the whole bit, I really don't think he knew the extent of Tom and Raquel's scandal.
No.
Because the way they were talking, Sandy is guilty as charged, but Schwartz is playing dumb, and I don't think he's that talented.
Well, you also have to remember that when they said the timeline, Schwartz says he found out that it was a relationship that he found out in
November
February,
or so, right?
Or like whatever,
or whenever later.
First.
Yeah.
If they
don't do that,
wrapped filming, like the first week in March or whatever, or right before, like, because when did
they finish filming in March?
Well, when did this break?
I thought
when did this break? In March.
But they had finished. I'm pretty
That's
sure
what I'm saying.
They finished filming last year.
No, I think it was, well, maybe. But what I'm trying to say is that like,
because they finished before it started, and it started like in February or so this year.
I just don't think that scene when they were at the food truck.
That might have been, but I think
that was a later scene, and this one was before, because Schwartz really didn't seem like he had any idea. And I think maybe
Schwartz
at the food truck,
didn't have any idea.
He's either at the food truck has an idea, or he doesn't have any idea, but he just like really thinks, like, I wonder do you think he even thinks of any person, or does he just think like, because he said, I've been thinking about this over the past couple of weeks. He said, I think Raquel likes someone else. Now, they then didn't go into like, oh, who do you think it is? And I just have a feeling that maybe Raquel wasn't making it seem like it was Sandoval, but she just wasn't interested in Schwartz.
Right.
So he just assumes, oh, she must
He
be interested
knew
in someone
between
else.
Oliver and all the other people around.
And it wasn't
that
definitely
it was
like, when I look back on it now, it wasn't obvious that he meant Sandoval by any means.
Right. Now we have to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
And that is Raquel buying her lightning bolt necklace.
Oh my God. And it wasn't that expensive. Like, this is the part that I think is so
it was
funny.
For what it was. I mean, it was
I get it, but an
$700, but it was like, it wasn't.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not a piece that you're like, oh, this is an investment. Like,
no, but
like
I guess
a Birkin bag is an investment.
I guess if you work at Sir, a $700 necklace is an investment. I mean, that's
okay, first and foremost, the people that's like probably a shift at Sir. I hate to say it.
Okay.
That's a lot. They may probably make a lot of money there. And also, she's on TV. She's already getting paid a good amount per episode too.
They were just pretending.
I think
that was a lot of
broke.
money. I think Raquel just wanted that necklace and couldn't afford it, but she had to have it. She had to have
Daddy
it.
Sandy,
I'm going to tell you,
took some money from his mom's 401k to pay for it.
Like he does the restaurant. I'm just going to say she would have went outside and turned a few tricks for $10 to be able to pay that for that necklace. She was getting that necklace no matter what. She played Bambi.
Sandy and Bambi.
I love that. But she played Bambi at that moment, but she's got more money than that. But it was whatever.
Well,
but she was
Sheena
getting that damn necklace. I'll tell you that.
Sheena did say on Watch What Happens Live that Rachel's the brokest, like the broke one.
They did. Yeah, they did. They did say that. Schwartz. Oh, okay. So when first of all it makes you have to do to make Sandoval happy is to go buy him some toilet paper and paper towels.
I know, right?
He just wants you. If you want a deep and sincere relationship with good sex, go buy some toilet paper and paper towels. He just wants someone to bring him toilet paper. He wants to be able to shit without having to buy his own paper. I mean, it was sort of crazy.
I will tell you this. I don't like, I think he is probably so disgusted with himself. He's been in this routine for 10 years where he can make up these lies in his confessionals, like not big ones, but simple ones like, oh, I tried to make that friendship better.
No, but he's very much a gaslighter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
so
he's a gaslighter.
So in his interviews, before any of this came out, he had no problem gassing up Ariana to make her look like she was this like monster that had no thought at all about their relationship and anything. And he usually probably slides by with those moments because either they're not used or like they use him in some other way and they don't make him look horrible because the production has never wanted to make him look horrible. You look at his track record and now they know that there's no other way. So they're just showing it the way it is. And he is such a gaslighter. It's horrible.
Well, the girl in Miami, it happened too. Remember, this isn't his first rodeo.
No, but this is his first rodeo where he's going to talk on TV leading up to a massive cheating scandal with one of his co-stars about how he is trying so hard in his relationship
to keep it together. Well,
and his girlfriend is just not giving in and she's just always so depressed and she never wants to bang and all these things. And it's like, oh my God, have I ever heard something more loud and clear than what Ariana said to Rachel about if you don't see someone, if you don't have a connection with someone, then you aren't going to be intimate with that person. Hello, like close your legs to married men, Rachel. Didn't Nene tell you anything at some point? Holy moly.
Absolutely. I do want to say that Turban Tom, when he was sitting with a Queen of Sheba, Ariana, in their living room, she has exquisite taste.
Oh. When
they were showing their house, everything is perfect. Ariana is classy.
I think she's going to keep the house.
She has great taste. Everything is perfect in that house. And she was sitting there in her zebra print. Or was
she reminded me of her house reminds me of your daughter's.
Yeah, a little. And
she
was in the zebra print and she was sitting there on the couch and he had the turban on. I think that Ariana, she's one of the most elegant, but I will say, even though I don't really care for Katie, she's upped her game and become much more elegant this year. Also, I don't know.
She looks great on Watch What Happens Live.
And the same with Lala. Either they have better stylists or
Lala
they've,
or Lala listened
I don't
to
know
you
what it
halfway
is,
through
but
this
they've
season
they look
'cause
like they're
Lala calmed down.
auditioning. They look like they're auditioning for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because they've started to bring their A game.
Well, I'll tell you
They
this.
just don't look like servers at Sir.
No, but
I
I will
just want
say
to say
this.
that they look good.
You complained a lot about Lala. Not that they were filming while we've been talking on this podcast, but
Right.
you did. You talked a lot about her, how she was so aggressive. She's calmed down the past 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah,
Since she
what's
got
that
back
all
from
about?
Mexico, I think that she's realizing that so much is going on that she does not need to blow things up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think so much is happening in front of all of them, especially next week when we see them after they're finding this out.
Yeah.
Like and that's what I think people need to look at. They need to look at how these people, if you've been watching the show forever and you know these people's personalities, I
Yes.
want people I challenge our listeners to think about how these people react to this news that we now know was really, really new, if not like right in the moment when they film.
Correct.
We're going to see next week.
Correct. Now,
and see how they react.
I thought it was interesting when they talked about, we didn't even take any pictures together in Mexico.
I mean,
and Tom is definitely having guilt, but they're only having sex 4 times a year. And I just want to say that friends with benefits have more sex than Ariana and Tom do.
Sometimes one night stands in a weekend have more nights.
I mean, but all Tom really wants, I love this, was to just sit and take mushrooms.
I know, but I also
I didn't know he was into fungus.
I didn't know that he had a chill bone like in his body. He's too intense. But I will say that Ariana, you can just tell she's in such a different mental space than Sandoval. Like,
yeah, but who's Logan? Who's Logan? Her brother?
No, Logan is the gay friend that walked in. He's the gay guy that's friends with Lala. And
that walked in with
at the end
with Christina Kelly to the sandwich shop.
He's
something
like
about
their friends.
her.
Yeah, he's been on all the past seasons.
They sat and they binge watched 50 episodes of Love Island. Have you watched Love Island?
I have not.
I need to watch Love Island?
I don't know. Maybe we add that to our docket.
I would like to do a show about Big Brother in the summer because I happen to love it.
Oh, yeah, then let's do that. I'll watch it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but we're going to have
to pick up
OC's going to be coming on. And when should we talk about the startling breaking news this week?
That Jen Shaw was getting some exercise out in the prison yard?
No.
Oh.
That Kim and Croy have filed for divorce.
So sad.
I guess she's going to be.
Do you think he cried more when they filed for divorce or when he got cut from like the 7th NFL team?
The 7th NFL team.
Yes. I don't know.
He asked for custody of the kids.
I mean,
he asked for custody of the kids. It might be a good idea. Maybe he could take those kids and go back to Montana.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm just saying. I mean, I was surprised they lasted 11 years. I'll give them that.
I think Kim and Brielle are gonna have a spinoff now.
Oh,
or maybe they'll move into the Playboy Mansion. They can be the new Playboy.
I know. She's getting too old for that. But I need to watch Love Island. And I do want to say that after I watched last night's episode, I've been around long enough to tell you Ariana and Tom were already broken.
Oh, they were broken, but they weren't.
They weren't separated.
They were shells.
They were shells. They were roommates at that point.
Yeah.
They were just going through the motions. That's where they lived. It was a business arrangement at this point.
I hate to say this.
Them.
It really,
unfortunately, but you could see that. And then the end when Raquel is like, oh, but don't you want to be having sex when you're in a relationship? And it was just so weird how she could stand there and say that to Ariana at the end. It was just cringeworthy. It really was. It was so bad. And then to do a lemon shot with her. It looked like a good lemon shot, though. I think
first and foremost, Ariana and Tom really, really give me what my partner and I were like before I got sober vibes.
Oh, but Tom and Ariana, are they, do they have a substance abuse problem?
No. But they may have something going on. I mean, I think whatever they have going on is blocking them from having like a real relationship. It's very similar to, I mean, any block is a block, right? But I had a block in our relationship and they must have one. But then I'll also say that it actually made me it showed me how much of a sociopath Rachel was when she's standing at the bar, because you could tell that was the first time I feel like Bravo showed us.
Sociopath.
Yes.
Like sociopath, a pure sociopath. That's when Rachel showed you that she will stop at nothing.
Well, she didn't really know how to continue to convince Ariana because she's not that
smart.
But
the idea that she could even have a conversation with her, knowing that she's been banging him for months, is just astonishing to me. You would think anybody with the conscience would be like trying not to engage and have deep conversations, but maybe she was trying to justify it in her own mind that, like, he said XYZ, we don't have sex anymore, we're just like friends with benefits at this point, we're not connected intimately, and maybe she was trying to look for validation from Ariana to say, oh, but don't you want that, and Ariana let her know that they didn't have a passionate, intimate relationship anymore.
Yes, but I also think that I think that, yes, okay, and I think that Rachel heard from Ariana, yes, we don't have that, which I'm sure Rachel was happy about, but at the same time, she didn't hear from Ariana like any type of I want to give up on my relationship.
No, she didn't. She didn't.
And that's what she really wanted.
Yeah, well, probably, but she was looking for validation that he's been saying we don't have sex anymore. And she said, yeah, basically, we don't have sex anymore.
Yes, but if all she wanted was to hear that, she would have stopped. But instead, she kept going, you should be having sex. And that's when she wanted Ariana to say, like, but like, no, like, maybe we're not in a good place. Maybe he's not the one for me.
Right.
And then that when she
but
didn't
she
hear
did
that.
In a way when she said, when you come home, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that, I don't want to talk, like, other things.
Well, I don't think that changes, like wanting, like that doesn't change a relationship that's a shell of a situation that's very codependent. You just don't have sex, trust me. So it's something where I think that Ariana, as much as I think she's having such a big moment now, like, because she clearly put good people around her right when this happened, she would have stayed in that for a very long time.
Oh, yeah. She was harvesting her eggs.
She's a loyal person too. Like she's a trustworthy, loyal person.
She was harvesting her eggs. Now I want to tell you now, James Kennedy, did you know he was going to be in a festival? Did you hear about it? Did you hear about him in Cascade? I'm just going to say Cascade is way up here.
He's so
James
smart.
James is way down here.
It doesn't matter. He's so smart.
Listen though, I'm up here and you're down here.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Oh, of course I do.
I'm up here. Monkey. Cascade was his name was up here, and James was way down here. I just wanted to make that reference.
Okay, but I have some questions about this. James Kennedy is
you're
more
up
famous.
Here, and I'm up here, and you're down here. Go ahead.
Okay, but I want to know, like, because this is the seriousness now. Like this Imagine Festival that is big to be able to afford Cascade. I saw how many people they get a good amount of people. Are you that stupid? James Kennedy should be one of your highest people. He's on a huge show. And even before Scandival, he had more followers than half the people that were ahead of him, even more than
that could be. But I want to tell you.
Just because he's not as big of a DJ? Isn't this about promoting?
I will say somebody on Instagram this week said, if you're a DJ, you must start with this now. And it was the opening of Pump. That they've got like the mix of it and everybody's freaking out, especially the 23-year-old girls who are in the club.
Yeah, of course. But I will tell you that, like, I think that James also is really smart because look at what he now can say to another festival. Well, look how I put that one on TV and got so much extra people there and press. And like, I got them mentioned on I'll talk about. So when he's negotiating another gig at a big festival, he can use how he put this one on TV. And how he made it a big deal. Yeah. The drink throw,
well, maybe he won't be up there, but maybe he'll just be like here next time.
Maybe.
He'll be
the brass monkey. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's when
we're talking about when
Ben Simone.
Kelly, Ben Simone, and Bethany. Kelly said, "You're up here, I'm up here, and you're down here."
This is after Kelly was late. Very late.
Kelly was late
and it was the brass monkey and the what's
and
it called?
Who got the last laugh in there?
Oh, because when Kelly's standing at the door, Bethany's about to go leave, and Kelly pops right out, and Bethany's like, "Oh my god!" Whatever she said, she made a really great joke.
Oh, it was so good. I
And
do
let me
want
tell
to
you,
say,
Bethany got the last laugh.
Bethany got the last laugh. And this week, Bethany finally went to Olive Garden for the first time on her Instagram. If you haven't seen it, watch it because it's quite entertaining. She couldn't believe how good the breadsticks were. Like legit. She's like, oh, I get it now. Like I always say the Olive Garden's bad, but the salad and the breadsticks, forget it.
They're amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Bethany's very smart too, because
they try to limit you now to your breadsticks.
And she sent me a little thank you, and she gave me these
mingle
that have no alcohol in them because I'm sober. So it's very much attention to detail.
Nice.
So let me tell you, Kelly, she might have been down here, but she knew everything going on down there. I'll tell you.
She sure
her
did.
Details are very good. She
does know what's going on down there. I have so much respect for Bethany.
So did you like the little second preview for next week? I liked it. It was like we shut the cameras down and then we picked them up. And then to see Sandoval up against the window, choking, sobbing. That for me was like, because you can't fake that. That kind of sobbing doesn't fake. That's like your gut. That's like when Caroline Manzo goes, I heard Jacqueline, they were belly gut tears after the reunion. That's why she couldn't come or whatever from her belly.
Right. I'm just going to say, I can't wait. I can't
I'm so
wait.
excited.
It shouldn't be the highlight of my week, but I am fear it will be. I can't wait for next Wednesday.
Every episode since this broke has almost been the highlight of my week.
It was going to be a good season. I will say that the cake at the end was great. Everybody being there. It would have been a great ending.
I cried.
And poor Sheena couldn't be there, and she hated that because she had COVID.
I am so ready for all this. I am just so ready.
Do you know what today is? Today is the day nobody has to wear a mask anymore anywhere. Cheers.
Really?
Finally, 3 years later, we finally got free. Mm-hmm. Even in hospitals or anything, nothing. Finally.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's I don't know if it's amazing or not. It only took 3 years. I just want to tell everybody there's a guy at my pond who fishes every morning in the middle of the pond by himself. That fool wears a mask. That's all I'm going to say.
That's wild. That's a sociopath too. Him and Rachel should go to Horizons or whatever together in Malibu.
I mean, if you're out in the middle of the pond by yourself, there's no one. Yeah, in the crack of dawn, and you're fishing by yourself. You got a mask on. You're a fool. You're a fool.
I want to know if Katie and Margaret got together at the beginning of their seasons and said, let's bring our moms on to throw our shade.
Well, the mom was, that whole fight with Katie, we didn't even talk about Katie. And
no. Let me tell you something. I have so much empathy for Katie.
I mean, I get it though. Don't bring your mom because nobody's going to go after your mom. No. And when your mom goes after someone, everybody's just going to better sit there and take it. It's
but also, here's the deal.
But the mom was a little out of place too.
Let's call it what it is too. This isn't the first time that Raquel has seen Katie and her mom. Last week we did too.
Yeah. And she's been around for a while.
Up to the mother and said hi. Like, so you know what? You started.
No, she was stirring.
You should have never said hello to her mother. You made out with her son-in-law, and it's her mother. Like you should just be avoiding her like the plague. But instead, you went up, which to you, Rachel, because you're so stupid, might be that you're being polite. But to her mother, that's you rubbing it in her face because polite is to stay away.
But remember, in Rachel's mind, she's not doing anything with Schwartz. She's doing it with Sandy.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason why Rachel
So
doesn't
every
get it.
time she's doing this, it almost doesn't matter because she's not even doing anything with Schwartz.
And she's taking all this heat, which it's like, that's what I feel like they're going to bring up at the reunion. But I will say that
reunion.
Katie, I really liked the conversation that Katie's mom had with Tom. Like, I thought that was really real and I kind of teared up a little bit because like, you could tell like that it was just really hard and painful.
Yeah.
And I think,
but I will say that Tom Sandoval was a wuss. The way he didn't want to, a Schwartz. Yeah. Tom Schwartz.
He was hiding behind the
way
bushes.
he was hiding in the other room, didn't want to come out when,
that was
Ariana
lame. That was
and
so
the whole
lame.
bit. It was so lame. It just shows he's just a man boy. We've said that all along though.
I mean, I have to say that I think that Rachel, like, come on, like the one thing I didn't like was that I don't know. If you want to say that Katie, who plays in the sandbox with all these people and is on this TV show that she signs up
Summer
for.
was in the sandbox last night.
Oh, yes, I know.
I just want to say that.
But I will say that she should, like, with Katie, it's whatever. But with her mom, it's like, rolling your eyes. It's like, I can understand why Katie went crazy. And then I will say that let me tell you, I thought about it if that was me, and I am happy that Katie's mom did say something, but oh my God, if I had used the word Katie used,
that was
forgotten what Raquel said.
Listen, that's where Katie lost me.
I just couldn't believe, if it wasn't in front of her mom, I think that, like, I know you hate that word and I don't love it either, but at the same time, with people her age, not in front of her mother, they bleeped it out. It is what it is. But with her mom there, I just was blown away.
No, I mean, that's where Katie went too far. She had my sympathy until she threw that word.
I just think that in Katie's defense, I'll say
any word. And I hate that I'm hearing that word a lot.
Oh, it's coming. It's like it's very popular.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate to say it, but I hate that I'm hearing it, because remember when Alex McCord called
oh yes,
a Luann one.
Yes.
Or Luann called. No, it was definitely Alex.
It was Alex. Luann would never do that.
Yeah, no.
Class with the
and it wasn't, I mean, then you never heard it. And that's a solid 10 plus years ago. And so
it's been said on Vanderpump before.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm hearing it a lot in different venues. And
Joe Gorga also called Danielle Staub one.
And
she is one.
I don't know about that. We don't
know. And he might be too.
He might be too. Which brings us to
the Jersey.
The Jersey. And I just want to say, it to me was the most boring episode, maybe, of the whole entire season.
I completely disagree.
No, boring. The most exciting part was Jen's twin mother.
Oh, we'll talk about her. But I have one question. Before we talk about her, I have one question.
Yes.
When you came to the US, aunt, hypothetically speaking,
did
you speak English the whole time when you came from Ireland? Did you speak English?
Oh, that was too funny. That just shows you how intelligent Brittany is.
I love their family, though. Now, I love
their family, but I found out that, Paul is not divorced. Just an FYI. Paulie, he's not divorced. He's been separated for 10 years from his wife, and they live completely separate lives. But because of how they were raised, they've never gotten divorced. So I'm not sure if he really has a ring or not, but he's done quite well. I mean, his apartment's fabulous.
I can't believe
he's not married. He is married. He is married.
TV?
I don't know. But I'm just telling you, it came out. I read it online, and we know everything on the internet.
Where'd you read it?
It's true. I read it on one of my websites.
Is it a legitimate one?
Yes. Paul is not divorced.
Yeah, but is it like a legitimate website that like people think like good celebrity gossip one?
Yeah, like an Instagram account that has thousands.
So if you Googled it, it's probably been picked up by a lot of people at this point.
If you Google it and you're in the housewife world, Paul has not been divorced. He is separated for like 10 years. They live completely different lives, and they each have their own homes, everything else, but they've never been divorced. But they are definitely separated.
9 hours ago, the person who shaded, you know who, you realize that Margaret started this.
Margaret did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know where it came from. I'm just telling you, I heard it.
Wow.
Oh, and wouldn't that show you how I told you before? Margaret gathers all the seeds, and then
how can you get? That's why I'm saying, like, I can't believe this. Oh my God!
And then she waits for the plant to grow, and then she cuts it off at the stem.
I mean, but how about this? Jen Fessler's like a fucking out of this world. She banged Tony Soprano, and her mother's at Studio 54 with that.
And Barbara Streisand was hanging out at her house singing.
I mean, I was shocked
Don't
about
rain
that.
on my parade.
I will say Jen Fessler impressed me when the way she spoke about her childhood. I thought it was really nice the way she didn't make her mother look like trash.
Yes. Yeah. That it was a broken family.
Yes.
And they went through a lot, but she survived.
And that her mom wasn't really, we all understood what she said. She didn't have to say it. She said her mom wasn't really there for her. She didn't say why. She didn't say what she was up to. And I assume it was probably hard work, but also some play. And she looked at it.
Well, she was married a few times, so she was playing around a bit.
In love. I think that Jen Fester's just like, you know what? Like life sucks sometimes. And like, she's probably seen it with her, how she got back together, right? With her husband. And
right.
I love the sisters.
The twins. They kind of reminded me like if I'm 80 and I had a double.
I really loved it. They were just like you.
I could see me being like that at 80 if I had a twin sister. Yeah, totally. You know what I mean?
I think so. I think
the hair, the whole bit, the way they were like, give me this. Yes, I could see that totally. So I kind of like them
too. I also,
but I'm going to tell you, if they come back next year, they'll have, I guarantee you the hair will be straight and they'll have on designer clothes because they were looking at Marge Senior like, oh, she's got her act together. I think we need a breast lift and a facelift.
I don't know. They kind of got their shtick. I'll say this. I think Margaret's probably known this information about Polly for a while because the way that it's quoted, it's
breaking
very
news.
nonchalant.
Polly is not divorced.
But I'll tell you this. I think that Margaret is really gunning for one person this season, Danielle. And the reason why is because she noticed early on
this season
Danielle's
or next
here
season?
To stay.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Margaret wants to be in a conflict with someone who's here to stay because then that keeps her job.
Right. But remember, Margaret always causes trouble on the when they're on break.
Yeah.
In order for it to simmer and brew. So when people come back, she's able to have a storyline.
And I also realized
because if she's the one behind Polly not being
I don't know if she's
divorced.
behind it. I think she made a comment like, oh yeah, we knew that. As far as I know, it broke and then Margaret confirmed it.
Yeah, but if she's doing that, it's so next season Dolores can be saying to her, you knew and you did it. You
didn't keep your mouth quiet. You talked to the press.
It gives her a storyline. I think she enjoys it.
But talking about
otherwise
jobs,
she got nothing.
Talking about jobs, Frank Catania, can you be a little less obvious that we're not nervous about your family not having fun? You were nervous about your paycheck from NBC Universal not coming in anymore. So let me tell you, Brittany should join the cast. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, I don't think she's smart enough.
Well, that's the fun part.
Yeah, but they're pretty smart cookies. I don't think she has it in her.
I think she thought Gaelic was like a language, not a dialect.
No, Gaelic is a language.
Oh, well, I think it's Scotland, right?
So no, Gaelic is the native language of Ireland.
Yeah, but it has English.
Irish,
it's like rooted in English.
But the Irish were invaded by the English like a millennium and plus ago. And that's why they speak English, because they were taken over by English.
I hear you.
So it's like the long forgotten language because 1,000
then maybe
years
she
ago,
got confused.
Well,
I think she did.
I'm just saying you could confuse that, but most people know that the Irish haven't spoken Gaelic for 1,000 years.
I think Frank Catania needs to be one of the guys on Juicy Joe's.
Oh yeah, Frank could be fun.
He goes so good with the emotions this week. His kids are really great kids. You can tell.
Great kids.
Like,
great
so good.
Kids.
So
I
good.
will say that Teresa's kids I think are great.
Yes.
And Dolores' kids are great.
Melissa's don't want to be on TV.
I don't know about Margaret's kids. They're not around.
No one knows your kids.
Danielle's kids are adorable.
Yeah.
I feel like Rachel is using her
No, I don't think so at all.
For a storyline. How come? Yes, I do. It's
not that big of a storyline. I think that's something more in their life.
She got it going into next year, kind of. Yeah, I think anybody who brings up something like that.
Teresa needs to be more authentic on camera. She looks like she is literally producing and constructing every single time she's on.
Louie would rather be with a rat in the street.
Oh my God. You know what Louie's doing wrong? It would be my issue if I'm on TV these days. When I was on TV before, I was drunk the whole time, so I didn't talk too much.
Okay.
I just said a lot of shade. Now, Louie needs to stop being so thoughtful and pensive and talk so much with it when he's on camera, because they cut it. And so he looks like he doesn't make sense. He looks like he's all over the place. He's probably saying something really impactful, really brilliant, but he probably is expanding. And they're like, oh, we got to grab that. We got to grab that. We got to grab that. And we only have 40 seconds.
Right. But he was insightful, if it's true, when he said that Joe Giudice told him it doesn't matter who is with Teresa. Joe Gorga is going to have a problem with him. So just live your own life.
I just feel like he probably said that with a story.
And that could be true.
It could be, but it could have no context.
Whether he said it or not, who's gonna know? I thought it was great that Jen bought her brother an apartment. And I just want to say, Michael Aiden looks like someone I know.
Oh, yes. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Greased here and all. And
I agree.
Done.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this. I wonder what kind of money Danielle makes with bougie kids.
I don't think any. She doesn't even have them organized in the closet.
Oh my God. It's like how I organize Belle's clothes, the dogs.
Listen, I almost thought that her line was her kids' old clothes.
I just think, is this a hobby or a business?
If it's a business, she's not going to succeed, because all I thought of is these were her kids' old clothes that she had put together on a hanger and decided to sell on her website, because
I know
she didn't even know. Just, they're cute.
Well, you know how much I like Danielle. But
I love Danielle.
A past line, as someone said on a reunion once, it's like, how do you make your money? Selling clothes, or is it your prostitution ring? The Kim D.
Yes. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
So I do want Danielle's brother to come back. I'm putting that out there.
Yeah. He's coming. He'll be on next year. He will definitely be on.
You're going to find him. They're going to give him some cash.
Yeah.
And then I want to bring them both on. Small steps, big change, coming back in June.
Oh, good. That's exciting.
Yes.
But I definitely think that Danielle's brother is going to, without a doubt, be on. I love the Barbara Streisand.
Well, I want to tell the Jennifer and the brother thing quick.
Yeah.
I have to tell you.
And I just want to say, I thought they were trying to build more people in the army with the twins.
This episode was very family focused, like very family centric. You had the mothers, you had Frank and Dolores, you had Jennifer with the brother. You had
that's true.
Yeah,
they
so
put them all together.
Focused.
Yeah, maybe they should have had on Pauly with his wife.
I think they're trying to make it even more worse for the Giudice and Gorgas. They're trying to say, look at all these.
I just realized something. They should have had, if they really wanted a family dinner, they should have had.
Yes,
they should have had Pauly's wife with her boyfriend.
Maybe she could have been the server.
No, she obviously is. She's taken care of. I did think it was a great story that Pauly came over from Ireland by himself, no money, and he's made a fortune. I don't know what he does, to tell you the truth, but he's made a fortune, whatever he's doing.
So Jennifer, what's so funny to me is that I think, and this is just me with a kooky idea, I think that Jennifer brought her brother on camera to do the apartment to build up some ammo for Teresa at the reunion. And what I mean by that, so that Teresa can be like, look at what a good sister-in-law does for her sister-in-law. Look at how Jennifer is with her sister-in-law, her brother's wife. And how she treats her. She got her an apartment. She treated her like family. She's so good to her. Would you ever do something like that? And the funny part is then Jennifer sits down 5 minutes later and starts talking shit about the sister-in-law and how she's needy and needs the husband. And then the best part about it, then she brings it up to Bill to talk about more shit. And that's even better. And Jennifer is literally a top tier housewife. She's really good.
She's good. She's good.
She is such a good, she is what Erica says, a pretty mess.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is a pretty mess.
She can shade it. She gets it. She knows what she's doing. She even has her daughter like on TV, letting her daughter live, having fun. She is like, it's like Ramona. It's literally like Ramona. Her daughter will get a little older in a couple of years and be like, God, mom, she's not going to like that anymore.
I don't know. The Judice girls never really went through it except for Gabriella. The other
we didn't really see
TV.
Melania because her dad and mom were in jail during those years. So Melania was just depressed.
Yeah, that poor Melania. But she's beautiful. She had pictures this week of her. I want to say shout out to Melania.
You love her.
I love Melania. I don't care if you call your name Judice, Judice, or Judici.
Can we proposition your daughter if she has a second child and it's a girl to call her Melania?
No. Anyways, I just want to say this week she took Louie's autistic son to some indoor amusement park.
Yeah, I know.
And
She's
he was
sweet.
so happy. He was so happy that he was out with these beautiful young girls and they took him to the amusement park. And when I saw the pictures, I said, oh, that's Melania.
I have to say that, do you think Teresa and Jackie are still friends? Jacqueline, Larita? Because we haven't heard about her in a few weeks on Instagram. You never know.
I think they are.
Oh, I think we'd know, actually. Jackie would go to the press.
Yeah, she would probably. Yeah. But I mean, that's fine. Time heals all wounds. Unless they're very, very deep and you've amputated your limb.
Well, Jackie did have a lot done in her face.
Yes, but when your limb is amputated, it doesn't really heal, but a wound does.
I guess,
Think about that, Wounds. What
did you think of Danielle on Watch What Happens Live? Meh.
I didn't watch What Happens Live. They didn't record.
Oh. No, the Jersey one didn't because Dancing Queens was on after. I can't.
I went right to delete. Sorry.
Yeah, no, not for me.
Yeah, I didn't realize they weren't dancing with people they lived with.
They should all be in a house together.
They should. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah. But
Ariana though on Watch What Happens next week.
Ariana's on Watch What Happens.
Oh yeah, Andy announced that when he did Watch What Happens Live with Katie.
Ariana's going to be on Watch What Happens Live next week.
After
the season,
the first live
finale,
interview ever.
After the live finale, Ariana is going to be on.
And I bet if she was smart, she had a good
pop the popcorn now.
You know what she should be doing the next day? The Today Show and The View. They all talk about it.
They all talk about it because there's the writer's strike. They don't know what else to say.
No, but The View, they talk about it all the time. Because Andy was on the other day for his book.
The View has no writers, which you thought that The View was just about a bunch of women sitting around like old yentas sitting around talking about, what was going on. And you didn't realize they had a writer, everybody, did you? So I guess it wasn't that authentic to begin with. That's my feeling.
Maybe.
Well, I'm just saying they've got to sit around and talk about pump rules because they have no writers. So obviously it wasn't that authentic of a show. Somebody was writing words for them.
Probably. Well, they all have their own producers. So I feel like from what I've been told, they have like their own producers and they have to do like when they get the topics for the day, they do research, they pull facts, and then they probably have their producer help them like write out statements. But at the same time, I feel like, how could you really be scripted on a show like that? That to me, I don't know.
Obviously they are. They have writers.
I feel like they have writers that write notes and it's just like not the same because there's a lot that they talk about in an episode and it's day to day.
Do you have writers?
For what?
For your show? Nobody. No. I don't have a writer yet. I'd like a writer.
I'm never going to have a writer. I mean, like,
I love a writer.
I mean, I don't know. We will have to see. But next week is going to be a lot. I am a little disappointed that they're squeezing it all into one episode.
Yeah. I bet you it's going to be an extended episode, though. It will probably be like an hour and a half.
I hope so.
And then there'll be
maybe 10
half hour. I'm going to tell you, it's probably an hour and a half because this week was an hour and 15 minutes. I bet you it's going to go over the hour, an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. And they're going to follow it up with Watch What Happens Live because Andy wants, let's face it, he's having Ariana on because he wants the rating.
Oh, of course he wants the ratings.
And I believe next week is the last week of sweeps or the week after is. It's one or the other.
Next week's also the finale of Jersey, right?
It's getting pretty close to Jersey. Yeah, they said next week on the season finale they're gonna have that party on the
fight.
roof. Yes, with mostly Danielle, which surprised me.
No, but then Joe Gorga
But then Joe Gorga and Teresa get into it.
and Louie.
But I can't believe we didn't really talk about Louie, even though we're running out of time.
He's
He
whatever.
was just
I'm kind of
he's
over him
had
right
it.
now.
He's just had it. He didn't make himself look good. He went too far.
He went too far, and he like, and also the only thing that's just so weird is like, you promoted this like Zen human being for just like the whole season. You're 2 seasons you've been on the show.
Yeah, and then you just lose it.
Yeah, like it's so off brand. So it was like out of left field. And so it was just not, it seemed fake. I'm not saying it was, but because he's been so Zen and like that's how production has portrayed him and that's how Teresa's talked about him.
Which makes me believe he's not Zen.
Or he just like can tolerate a lot and then he snaps. Or he just
remember
like
they said that he was violent with his other women. I'm just gonna say after the last couple of episodes,
Teresa could kick his ass.
I'm just gonna say the word on the street was that he was a little violent and a little physical with his previous wife or wives. I don't know if Teresa's 2 or 3.
I have no idea, but
I'm just saying that's what the
who
word
knows?
is.
Who knows?
But next week, it's all gonna come to a head.
It's gonna be the most epic week. So thank you for tuning in. We love you, all of you, all 75 of you. Bye.